A different kind of school in Pakistan is offering education to poor children and sometimes to their mothers too. The program is called Street to School. The founder, Mohammed Hassan Ghoghari, launched it in the Pakistani city of Karachi in 2014, educating street children in the community for free. Now, the program includes education for preschool children, adolescents, and adults with literacy.
Now I have 140 students in my centers in which I'm offering preschooling and adolescent schooling, in which I have six classes in my center. Along with this, I have started adult literacy program also, in which their female parents are coming for basic literacy, in which my objective is to just teach them basic skills so they can read the homework of the students. If I talk about the preschooling, we have a basic subjects like offered in our country, that the basic English, mathematics, and Urdu language. Okay, along with this, we include all the activity-based curriculum we have. We work on their motor skills, sensorial skills. Along with this, we have a art and craft class so they can learn more, and we have a playroom where they can use their creativity, all the things. Along with and on adolescent setup, we uh, we develop a curriculum like this, that the student have crossed their basic schooling age. So we try to incorporate all the subjects in one subject. For example, if we want to teach them science or social studies or computer studies, so we incorporate all the subjects into a one subject, and we call them a English, so the student cannot feel that I have to study 4 or 5 subjects. Now he is thinking just I have to study just English. So we are trying to use this technique so they can easily learn and have some skills, so they can move to on to the mainstream schooling. If I talk about the adult literacy, we are offering just basic reading and writing skills of English language and Urdu language, along with a basic computation of mathematics.
Street to School is a way to keep the children off the streets, stepping on a new path towards an education in traditional schools.
Basically, as I shared that the one thing was that to provide support system so they can continue their education. Also, where I'm working, due to the political influence, uh, the people don't provide them an education facilities like proper schools, teachers. So they were far from the education. So I thought that if I don't work on them, in the coming years, they will start snatching or do street crimes, and we will all face all kind of things. We should work on them. We should try to uh, teach some skills or teach some ethics, so they can move into the society with others. Because education can only eradicate poverty and can uplift communities. And the second thing was, uh, preschooling is a very essential for every child. 5 years of initial development is very essential, because uh, if uh, uh, if a child get proper child development in his early 5 years, so he can do anything afterwards. He uh, he will have a critical thinking. He will have good motor skills, sensory skills. So my second point was to provide quality preschooling, affordable preschooling, because in Karachi, Pakistan, there are too much expensive preschooling are offering, and middle class cannot also afford this. So my plan was to provide good and quality and ECE based preschooling to them so they can grow and enroll in government schools.
An estimated 1.2 million to 1.5 million children are on the streets of Pakistan's major cities and urban centers, constituting the country's largest and one of the most ostracized social groups, according to the United Nations.
Basically, the primary reason is financial resources. The per capita income of a family is too much low over there. The per capita income is very low, but the family invests 50% of their income into a food. So the main reason is that the if a if a family has an enough funds, so they will think to pay their rent first, and then for the food, and then they will, if if they will have some funds remaining, so they will think about the education. Otherwise, the main reason is the unavailability of financial resources, and then leads to this, that the all the family members are trying to earn more, and then the whole cycle runs, that the child labor also increase.
The federal government has pumped money into schooling. Hassan suggests the government and authorities spend more efforts on supporting grassroots organizations and activities, instead of only focusing on giant players.
If I talk about the government initiatives, they should focus on the grassroots level organization, those who are actually working. Don't matter what they have size of the organization, what they have turnover. They should focus on the work and the impact of that organization who are actually working, and bringing impact in that community. Uh, a government can do one thing, that to promote uh, small organizations, those who are working in a grassroots level, to open more drop-in centers in the areas, so that we can train the students for their mainstream schooling, and after 2 or 3 years of training, they can enroll in a mainstream schooling, and then the enrollment of government schooling will also increase.
He sees a hopeful future for education in Pakistan under the new leadership, but the corruption in the education sector is still a serious blight that undermines the quality and availability of schools.
Uh, in our new leadership has very good vision, but it depends on their working. We have too many big issues that the government has to focus on macro level, and we are here to focus on the micro level. So we all are putting our efforts on a grassroots level, so that if whenever government launch any program, so we provide them assistance, that okay, we are here to work on a grassroots level, just start your work, because government don't have enough time to focus on the very grassroots level issues, on petty issues. They they just provide the funds to the education ministry, and then you know that the all the things are happening there, like a corruption or like this, so the funds don't fall to the right place. And if we have a good number of schools, I will say, that are government schools in our city. But the thing is that a majority of the schools are ghost schools, where the teachers are not coming and they are just taking salaries at their home, and the government schools don't have the proper uh, facilities, and the so so that the our government uh, usually pays the amount of that school renovation, all the things, but the lower staff, the ministry staff, uh, you do corruption on the funds, so that the education system uh, collapses.
Running the school has also taught Hassan about another great need in the community.
My message is just to that please provide preschooling to the children who are aged between 3 to 6 years, because it is very necessary and it's a basic right of us to for children that to have a basic preschooling so they can move to the mainstream schools. Uh, don't teach them begging. Just provide them a resources so they can earn. Otherwise, in a uh, in upcoming years, the the street children community will be in trouble, and they will start doing crimes and snatching like this. So we all have to work right now to provide just basic skills so they can enroll into a mainstream government schools, just so they can continue their education and earn well for their families, and they can do start some small businesses